What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. And yeah, now we got Bob Iger crying. Bob Iger is straight up crying and whining and making excuses for all of the bad decisions that this person has made. You can see on this article on the Wrap. Bob Iger found Disney in worse shape than he expected. Now he's overwhelmed and exhausted, Bloomberg reports. Let's first of all get this first statement out the way, okay? Bob Iger is not only crying, he's lying, all right? He found Disney in worse shape. Bob thinks we're all stupid, everybody. Bob, we know what you did, bro. Okay, nobody is fooled here, Bob. You're the one that put this company in this position. Before you even left, before you set Bob Chapek up to be the fall guy, everybody knows that you are the guy, all right, that set this company up for the fall. You get no sympathy here, all right? Playing this, I'm overwhelmed, and I'm so exhausted, from all of the problems that Disney is having. Bro, it's your fault, all right? This is absolutely ridiculous. This stuff here, mountain troubles across Disney's businesses have proven a bigger challenge than the CEO expected when he returned. This is BS, all right? The CEO should have definitely expected all of this stuff. As a matter of fact, he put Bob Chapek in place so that Bob Chapek could take the majority of the brunt during the pandemic, all right? He wanted Bob Chapek to get all of them slings and arrows, okay, thrown at his head, and then he would come back, hail the conquering hero, right? But it's blown up in his face, and now he's trying to lie and say, oh, man, we're in some worse shape, all right? I didn't know it was this bad. Bro, you are the one that decided to buy up all of these properties, okay? You the one that did the Fox merger, all right? You the one that bought Lucasfilm. You the one that bought Marvel, all right? You was out here spending money like a Democrat, okay? Buying up everything you could buy. You thought that the good times would last forever. That's what it is, Bob, all right? And you thought you was going to be the hero. You thought you was always going to eat like a king. And you know what happens next.
The bill comes due. Always.
The bill comes due. Always, okay? The bill always comes due. You effed around, and now you're finding out. Basically, that's what we're looking at right here. And it's good to hear that he's admitting it, all right? But he's trying to still kind of shove it off. It's like, all right, I didn't know it was this bad. Come on, Bob, okay? You can fool everybody else, but you can't fool me. But let's go ahead and see what this article got to say. Bob Iger's heralded return to the Disney C-suite last year hasn't produced the rosy results investors hoped for, and the array of setbacks he's faced has left the 72-year-old executive overwhelmed and exhausted. Bro, it is your fault. You did all of this to yourself, okay? Disney wasn't this kind of company. You turned it into this kind of company, and now you whining about it. Man, even privately questioning why he returned. Yeah, you should be questioning that, Bloomberg reported Tuesday. Disney stock is now down more than 9% since Iger took back the CEO title from Bob Chapek in November. And activist investor Nelson Peltz is once again rattling the cage and pushing for a seat on the company's board. Boy, Nelson Peltz, man. Nelson Peltz is coming in hard on this cat, man. Apparently what this dude did, right? Okay, he laid back. Remember, we talked about Nelson Peltz way back, okay? Because this cat was like saying, hey, look, Bob, we don't like the way things are going now. If you don't get things cracking the way we want, I'm gonna need a seat on the board, bro. I'm gonna need a seat on the board so that we can kind of get this stuff hashed out. And Bob didn't want that. He's like, no, Nelson, all right, man, we're gonna make some changes. We're gonna do this and do that. And Nelson Peltz, apparently what he did, he just laid in the cut. He said, all right, I'm going to watch. Okay, I'm going to kick back and I'm going to wait and see how it goes. In the meantime, as this stock is dropping, guess who's buying up stock at the lower share price? Nelson Peltz, all right? Now, you guys can see back here in the February time frame, this is when Nelson Peltz first started making noise, all right? This is when this cat first started saying, hey, Bob, you got to make some changes or I'm going to need a seat on that board. I'm going to need a seat on the board, Bob. And, Bob says, all right, man, look, man, the stock is on the rise, all right? You can see on February 3rd, it was sitting at about $110 a share, all right? So he was like, yeah, don't worry, man. We on the rise, all right? We doing all right. So somewhere in this time frame when Nelson Peltz was kicking up all of that dust, Bob just said, man, just stave him off, placate him, give him what he want. He'll shut up and go away. But what Nelson Peltz did as the entire time, you see all of this redlining, okay? Nelson Peltz was just buying up the Disney stock at a lower price per share. All right. He's just gobbling up more and more and more stock, just waiting for his opportune moment. And now is the opportune moment, and now he's coming back. And Bob don't know what to do, man. It is absolutely hilarious, man. Nelson Peltz, not the hero we deserve, but the one we need right now. Buying up stock, okay? This cat is coming back. He is going to start cracking some skulls. Man, this is going to be fabulous to watch. But the challenges at the Mouse House go beyond the potential for a renewed proxy fight with a cantankerous investor. They call this dude cantankerous. He's just trying to make money, all right? Stock's been dropping. Y'all just said it's down 9% since Bob came back, all right? This dude says, hey, man, we want to return on our investment. I don't see anything cantankerous about that. The company was in worse shape than Iger realized when he came back, Bloomberg reported. Yeah, see, that's just a bunch of BS. On the streaming side, Disney was losing hundreds of millions of dollars every quarter, and the 2024 deadline for turning a profit, a promise the company made to Wall Street, was looming, even as costs for producing shows was soaring. Yeah, see, that's the problem. You were producing shows, but what kind of shows were you producing? Willow, throwing money at Willow, throwing money at Falcon and the Winter Soldier, all of this crap that you've been making, okay? All the terrible Star Wars content, Book of Boba Fett, all right? Everything that this cat was making, that doesn't bring the boys to the yard, Bob, all right? You had good franchises and you just decided to go off the rails. Yep, you're getting what you deserve. A deal Iger shepherded through in 2016 to acquire streaming technology company BAMTech turned out to be more expensive than expected, and the tech was not as efficient as rivals, Bloomberg reported. Another deadline Iger negotiated with Comcast, this is the big one, right? For Disney to acquire the 33% of Hulu that it doesn't own for no less than $27.5 billion. It's fast approaching, but it's not clear what value taking the stake will deliver. Yeah, see, you don't even know what he's going to get. He's about to spend $27.5 billion, okay? He's about to spend major bread, and he doesn't even know what he's getting out of this. He doesn't even know how this is going to make his company any better. He's just going to own Hulu, but now what? It's just like owning Fox. All right, we own Fox. We own all the Fox properties. We can throw all of that stuff on Disney Plus. Is it working out, Bob? Okay. Your eyes was bigger than your stomach, man. You dropped the ball, all right? Bad. That's just being a bad CEO. Let's just call it what it is. And yeah, we remember all of these comments. In addition, Iger fumbled badly with a comment that the demands made by the WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikers this summer were just not realistic, sparking massive backlash as actors and writers on the picket line pointed to his $27 million annual salary. Yeah, I mean, in retrospect, I think Bob is basically saying, look, it's not realistic for you guys to expect to get the deal that you're getting and everybody keep a job, all right? Because we know, based on what has been the aftermath of the writer's strike, yeah, it's going to be a whole lot of writers basically out of work. They're going to have to go and find something else to do. They won't be working in Hollywood. They're going to probably drop anywhere from 30 to 40 to 50% of the writing of those guys in the WGA, because it's just not realistic to keep those cats around, all right? That's just the bottom line. So, yeah, I think that's what he was referring to. But nevertheless, he drew some backlash for that. The sum total of the challenges has left the executive joking, why did I come back? Man, we ask the same question every day, Bob. All right. You was better off just leaving Chapek in his place or finding somebody else to do the job. All right. Because you're the one that set the company on this course to begin with. The report said, noting the once tireless CEO spent a significant amount of time on his yacht in the Mediterranean this summer, then was laid up at home following surgery. So this cat wasn't even in the country. He wasn't even at business. He was in his yacht in the Mediterranean. Man. And see, here go the crazy thing about this. Like all of these words that these cats is typing up in this paragraphs and everything, telling you everything that went wrong with Disney. They fail to tell you why it went wrong, okay? They'll tell you what, but they won't tell you why. All right, because the why is the real problem. All right, they don't want to analyze that. They don't want to talk about that. Okay, let me break it down for you, Bob. All right, Disney is right now, all of this stuff that you guys went through is the inevitable consequences of you, number one, biting off more than you can chew. Okay, but then number two, you went down that woke path. We've been seeing that with all of these companies that go down that same woke path. Bud Light, Target, Disney, we've been talking about it all year. All right. You go down that woke path instead of just focusing on the things that you do best. All right. And remember, we talked about that on the previous video. What does Disney do? What is Disney's known for? All right. What is it that they made their bread off of? They made their bread off of children's programming and theme parks. Okay. Family oriented content. All right. Now they want to focus on DEI. Now they want to focus on social activism instead of just, hey, tell some stories, Bob. Just tell some good stories. Not this, not at all secret gay agenda stuff. Why is there any agenda in storytelling to begin with? The only agenda that needs to be in storytelling is tell a good story. And that's it. Iger's return was heralded by Wall Street and staff worldwide. Remember that? Okay. Everybody was cheering for this dude. Yeah, baby, we got Iger back. Yeah, Chapek is gone. Yeah, they were standing up there thumping their chests saying, yeah, we about to be big again. Yeah, welcome back, Bob. You know, and it's like, look what's happening to this company ever since he came back. Y'all was better off with Chapek. Chapek was just a number cruncher, okay? That dude was an accountant. All he wanted to do was just make sure the numbers was right. He didn't give a damn about none of this DEI and this woke agenda stuff. That was all of these woke people that has somehow filtered their way into Disney's company. You know, and that's what happened. But then Bob came back, right? Oh, Iger returns. Oh, yeah. But remember, we all said, ain't nothing going to change. Nothing's going to change because this is the guy that got y'all in this hot water to begin with. All right? We said that early on, man, and nobody wanted to hear it. Andy had early success with fending off Peltz, who mounted a proxy battle over Disney spending by announcing $3 billion in spending cuts, including axing 7,000 jobs. Yeah, see, Bob came back and says, all right, I'm going to have to stave this dude off. Let me kill 7,000 jobs. Let me cut back on some of this spending, and then I'll stave this guy off. He'll go away, and I'll just keep doing what it is that I'm doing. But see, the company had already fallen apart, all right? He just hadn't seen it yet. And then guess what happened after that, all right? What happened after that was the summer, all right? I think it was the summer that woke everybody up and said, oh, these guys don't know what they're doing. That's what it says right here, all right? But it's still losing hundreds of millions on streamings, and it suffered a string of box office flops this summer despite a resurgence in theater going led by rival studios' productions of Barbie and Oppenheimer. Yeah, like Oppenheimer and Barbie were doing great, all right? You know, Oppenheimer got close to $1 billion. Barbie cracked $1 billion. Biggest film of the summer, okay? Super Mario Brothers, another Universal joint, all right? Along with Oppenheimer, both making money. Yeah, where's Disney, all right? You know, you start looking at, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, you know? You start looking at, what was his name? Haunted Mansion, you know? Flop. You look at Ant-Man and the Wasp, flop. You look at The Little Mermaid, flop. None of these joints made money. They lost money. A string of box office flops. Yeah, and there we go. Moreover, Iger seemed blindsided by the state of the TV industry. Look, man. They can make up all the excuses they want to make for this cat, all right? Saying, oh, yeah, he was just blindsided by the state of the TV industry. Yeah, look, man. Bob Iger knew exactly what was happening with the TV industry. He was setting up Disney Plus for that purpose, all right? Like I said here, the networks are rapidly losing viewers as they switch to streaming. Yeah, Bob knew that. This is nothing that blindsided him, caught him off guard. He was preparing for Disney Plus. All right? He was laying the groundwork for that. He had bought that company. He just talked about BAMTech. All right? And it ain't like streaming just popped up out of nowhere in the last 4 or 5 years. Netflix has been running game on these companies for years now. Okay? Netflix has been running circles around these guys. What Disney did, in my opinion, what they really messed up on is they just forgot where they came from. You know, overall, and that's kind of what Bob has done. Bob has forgotten where they came from. They not only forgot that they are a family-oriented company, all right, a company that makes family entertainment, you know, and theme parks, all right, but like Disney forgot that they're in the hospitality business. It's something I always tell T. You're in the hospitality business. You're there to service and take care of your guests, all right? Your guests, you show them a movie, they go watch Cinderella or Beauty and the Beast or Aladdin or whatever the case may be. They go watch it in theaters, and the kids go, Mommy, we're going to go watch that. We're going to see these guys at Disneyland and Disney World. All right, kids, jump in the car, let's go. And then you take them up to Disney World. Oh, yeah, this is so awesome. And you ride on the rides and everything. You take pictures. Parents spend up a ton of bread. Like the hospitality of it all. You're taking care of your guests, all right? You're not scaring them off with some man in a mustache selling dresses to little girls. You're not doing that. Dude, you got a mustache on. Go work on Big Thunder Mountain, you know? Put this cowboy hat on. Get over there. You know, what are you doing in a dress? Right? Like that kind of stuff. They forgot where they came from. They forgot who their customers were, all right? And they forgot what made them Disney, why people cared about Disney to begin with, you know? You built this city on rock and roll, Disney. You didn't build it on woke, all right? But now you're singing the blues because you did build it on woke, okay? That's the issue. So Disney's got to get back to where they started from. That's the main thing. And if they don't do that, I mean, blindsided, like they can make excuses all they want to. You're not blindsided by any of this. You know exactly what's going on. Instead, Iger is trying incremental fixes, the report said, tinkering with the movie release calendar, raising Disney Plus subscription prices, publicly toying with selling ABC, and inking a sports betting deal tied to ESPN. You see the problems again? All right. You know, incremental fixes. But what are they doing? They're just going to mess around with the movie release calendar. What is that going to do? If people don't want to go and watch Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, they're just not going to watch it. It doesn't matter when it comes out. You might be able to squeeze a few more dollars out of the box office, but nobody's going to check for that. And you spent $300 million. You needed $1 billion just to break even. Like, you guys are out of your minds. Raising Disney Plus subscription prices, you think that's a good move? You think that's going to bring more people to love your company? That's going to get rid of all the problems? Sheesh, you're just making things worse, all right? Selling ABC, something they probably need to do. They probably need to sell ESPN as well. Get rid of all of this stuff. Sell Lucasfilm while you're at it, okay? I'm waiting for y'all to get rid of Lucasfilm. And then inking sports betting deals. Like, all of this stuff just tells me that Disney has lost its way. They're no longer the company that they were, and that's the reason they're falling apart. And maybe Bob understands that. Maybe he sees that now. But again, he's going to double and triple down on this nonsense because he's afraid to admit, you know what? I was wrong. My bad. Okay. Let's go ahead and get rid of all of this woke stuff, okay? He says he's trying to quiet the noise. We'll see about that. Yeah, but look at this. Check out this last paragraph. But after many of his allies left Disney when he did, Iger is also increasingly isolated, the report said, questioning whether the executive has lost the magic he brought to the company during his previous stint at the helm. Oh, poor fellow. Break out the violins, y'all, okay? Break out the tiny violins, man. Look, this guy has absolutely butchered this company. He deserves no sympathy, none whatsoever. And check this out. To close this out, I wanted to leave this on one comment that somebody made on one of my videos, and I thought it was just an excellent comment, all right? You know, and it was that fast food entertainment video. He says, that's what happens when you buy a company for $4 billion and want return on the investment the fastest way possible. You can't wait years to make quality. You must produce fast with lower quality, relying on fandom sheep people to eat everything. Ain't that what Disney is doing? Basically relying on the fans, the big fandoms that they basically just purchased, you know, to kind of feed into this thing, right? We are just walking wallets. Add this, and that BlackRock investment CEO that has major shares in Disney is the creator of the ESG ideal, a recipe for catastrophe. When your top shareholder is a woke, you are doomed, as it is not about it is not about money. They don't lack it. They just need to show their stance to the world. That's 100% correct, all right? This is what these guys care about, okay? They care about the stands that they're taking, all right? They're going to race swap classic characters. That's what they're about to do. They're going to race swap classic characters. You know, they're going to remake their old libraries and try to update them for the quote-unquote modern audience and put all kinds of, you know, new progressive ideals in there that have no place in entertainment. People want to be entertained. You need to tell just like, hey, man, we're just here to entertain you. All right. We are not here to preach to you whatsoever. And that's what's killing Disney. OK, the content kind of feeds into everything. Remember, I just said the kids go watch the movies, and then the movies in turn make them want to go to visit the theme parks. And now we are into the theme park stuff. All right. And Disney just continues to grow. They're selling merch. They're selling backpacks and toys and all that kind of stuff. All of those sales are down. Nobody's at the theme parks. Nobody's watching the content. That's the issue, Disney. And until you guys get that through your thick heads, it's going to continue to be like that. You know, how you going to win when you ain't right within? Okay, let me leave it with that. How you going to win when you ain't right within? Anyway, folks, you guys let me know what you think. Jump down in the comments. Give me your thoughts and opinions on that. And thanks for watching. See you next time.